Hi, folks. This is Mark by Mark A. Foster, Ph.D., for the Institute for Dialectical Meta-Realism. Let's get rolling. I woke up this morning, and it was not a very pleasant experience. It is not the kind of experience I ordinarily have. Usually, when I wake up, I am refreshed. That was not true today. I woke up around 3:30, 4 a.m., and I was not myself. I felt like something was wrong, and so I went and sat in front of my computer and wrote down the thoughts that I had. What I believe is that the great being, the manifestation of the Holy Spirit, the awakener, El Horia, the black-eyed maiden of white light, had come to me last night and conveyed some information to me. I do not know what that information was. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to know, or maybe she does not want me to know, but it was not pleasant. I tried going back to sleep right after I woke up, and I couldn't. Then, after writing the dream down, I tried again. Once again, I was unable to get back to sleep. So, what I want to do is to read to you what I remembered from the dream. And you can do with it as you will. Put on my spectacles and then go to the page where I have the actual text of what I listened to in some way. And we'll see what happens. And but again, I would encourage everyone to be watchful. Watchful. I'm not saying believe what I say. Obviously, you should not do that. Nobody should believe what anybody else says. That's silly. Don't accept what I say as being anything. But what I would recommend is to search your own heart, to meditate, and to see if you come up with anything similar to what I did, or maybe something entirely different. But let me go ahead and read to you what I wrote in my book, Eudaimonic Utopia, which is linked below this video in the comments section. Here it is. It starts right here. The content of this paragraph may represent nothing more than my imagination. If you wish, take it with a grain of salt, or forget about it entirely. Perhaps selecting one of those options would be for the best. The experience was, after all, mine and not yours. Nevertheless, Al-Khoria, which I provisionally translate as the black-eyed maiden of white light, I believe abruptly woke me up on the morning of October 18th, 2024. That is this morning, as I am making this episode of my podcast. I was in a state of extreme panic. Such experiences are, for me, extremely rare. Right now, I am unable to go back to sleep, and that is still the case right now as I am talking. After some breathing exercises, I may shortly try once again. The thoughts which entered my mind were, I must say, disturbing. And so I wrote, and this, I believe, was the content of the dream as it was told to me by Al-Khoria. Courtesy of a fellow traveler, me. In light of the approaching storm, please, please, please disregard all the distractions around us. Far more important issues must concern us at this moment. Watch closely and resist as best you can the understandable temptations to look away. If, unlike me, you have a family, keep your loved ones close. That was the dream. I just posted what I typed, or at least the gist of it, on multiple social media platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, X, and Blue Sky. Now, I genuinely hope that all of us will be protected. But protected from what? I do not know. That is the end of the passage I wrote and added to my book. And so I do think that was a dream that was given to me. And I suspect it was given to me by Al-Khoria, but I don't know that. That's just my sense, because I feel so close to her. I feel that she is always around me, especially on my left side, with her head resting on my left shoulder. And so because of that constant sense of presence with her, or co-presence with her, I feel that whenever I have any kind of sensation or insight or intuition or inner vision, that it must be coming from her. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. That's possible. I am just a mortal and fallible human being, a weak human being at that. So I am not making any claims for this. Obviously, I can't. How can I? I mean, that would be very pretentious on my part. I'm just like you, a human, nothing more. Obviously, just like you are nothing more than me. As my late friend and spiritual mother, Elizabeth Thomas, used to say, we are all on this Noah's Ark together. We are all riding the ship together. Where it goes, no one knows. No one knows. No one can possibly know because we are not the people controlling the ship. The ship is controlled by forces beyond us. There are so many distractions in the United States where I am. Primarily, what I'm thinking about is the upcoming U.S. presidential election in just a few weeks. For a while, it seemed as though Kamala Harris was in the lead. Now, it no longer seems that way. Some prognosticators think Trump is in the lead, and some think that Harris is still in the lead. So, for people who are putting their hopes in the presidential election, now is not a good time. Now is a time of insecurity. My humble recommendation is to forget about it. Forget about it. It simply does not matter. It is entirely a distraction. Again, if you have loved ones, family, friends, turn to them. See if they have experiences like yours. Comfort one another. I must say, I do not recall in my 68, almost 69 years, living in a time when so many people, almost like a chorus, are talking about the state of the world and have what seems to me to be like an impending sense of doom. Now, whether that is valid, I can't say. How can I? Neither can you. But what I can say is I think we should be watchful, ready for anything that may happen, anything. And we do not know what that may be. I would suggest humbly, do not begin speculating because we don't know, and speculation might simply drum up additional and unnecessary fears. So please, for me, that thought just occurred to me. for me. Do not speculate. Just watch. Watch. Watch what happens. When, I don't know. I am not a prophet. I am not a soothsayer or a prognosticator. I can't predict anything with any degree of certainty. So don't rely upon what I am saying. Search your own heart and see what you find there. And if you like, and I hope you do, share your feelings with me in the comments section, which is right below the discussion section, as to what, if anything, you came up with. And if you came up with nothing, say that as well, because that might be useful too to many people, that you examined your heart and your conscience, and nothing at all came to you. Nothing occurred to your mind or your heart. That may be good. Because what I sensed was not good. By not good, I don't mean in any kind of long-term sense. I have no way of predicting that. I mean not good right now. Not good for our lives right now. Right now. Today. This year. I don't sense any kind of immediate positivity. So, again, reflect, please. I'm not saying to reflect upon what I said. Ignore what I said. Reflect on your own heart. Ask yourself questions. It's a good meditation technique, questioning. Ask yourself questions and see what occurs to you. For the time being, we are Bund. We are Bund. We are Bund. This has been Mark by Mark A. Foster, Ph.D., for the Institute for Dialectical Meta-Realism. Have a pleasant day and an even better day tomorrow.